Statement, typical BU Northeastern game, scrappy. I give Billy a lot of credit. They came out in the second half and played really hard, really started driving the ball and really started taking it to the basket, forcing the refs to make calls. They're playing without their best player, Lee. He's a heck of a player, and they just did a great job in the second half.
What were you looking defensively on that last sequence?
The last thing,
yeah.
We were going white. We were switching 1 through 4. We were up 2, and if we were up 3, we were going to go black. That means we're switching everything, and that means we don't help on penetration. We want to give up anything but a 3-point shot. So we went white, and I don't know what happened. I think one of our guys got hit and fell down, and kid was open and laced it up pretty good and knocked it out. The play was not to leave him wide open. That was.
With John Lee being out, were you planning on really logging down on any player specifically on Northeast?
Well, we one of the things that we were hoping to do a little bit was press a little bit, but we're just not ready to do that. We're such a young team. We haven't had a chance to really work on that enough where we're in great physical shape to be able to go out and do that. I thought our guys even were gassed playing in their first game, the second half a little bit. I thought we got a little gassed. That was probably the one thing we were trying to do. And then, obviously we didn't want Smith to get off and make threes, but he's a great foul shooter. We fouled him a ton when he starts putting the ball down on the floor. That was the big thing that we wanted to do, is not give him any open looks. And he ended up with 20 points, 9 for 12 from the foul line.
Joe, with Smith fouled out of the game with 10.7, you're clinging to that lead. Was it difficult to identify who would be their first option?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that as much as we wanted just to make sure we did a good job communicating defensively and making sure if they were going to take a shot, it was going to be contested. Because it's so early in the year, without those two guys in the game, you don't know who they're going to go to.
So when you saw him flash open at the top, was that your worst fear realized at that moment? Or?
Yeah, when he got it, I thought. When he got it, and I was like, wow, he was just so open. He's a good shooter. I know he didn't make a ton of threes last year, but I think he's a much better shooter than that. And once it left his hands, I just put my head down. It just looked good from the start.
How do you feel about those first half turnovers? Maurice turning the ball over quite a few times in the first half, and even in the second half. How do you feel about those?
Well, we're still going to find ourselves a little bit. The size and length of players right now are going to hurt him a little bit until he gets used to that. It's hard to duplicate in practice because we're not so big and athletic and long. They're a little bit longer. I thought the zone, with the size of the zone and him being able to look over the zone, was an issue. And that's an issue sometimes for DJ too. So with those two small guys out there, I thought at times we just had a hard time looking over the defense. Things we got to work on. And obviously early in the year, you're not as good with some of the things that you want to do, especially offensively. We just got to keep getting better. It's a hard way to lose, there's no doubt about it, but we have a game Monday, we got to get ready. We got to learn from the things that we didn't do well. But I was proud of the guys. I thought our guys played really hard. I thought they competed. They did a great job on the backboard. We out-rebounded them. But I thought in the second half we just didn't play well defensively, and I thought offensively we just didn't put together a great half. We did make some plays down the stretch that I was really proud of them. They made some plays down the stretch to put us in a position to win. And this is basketball. Sometimes that happens. They drew up a good play and the guy made a shot.
DJ make a tremendous play, as you mentioned, to put you on top, and Thomas with an unlikely three-pointer from the corner there.
Well, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that, man. But yeah, we made some plays down the stretch. I'm proud of the guys. I'm really proud of them. It was just, with a young team, I was hoping that we'd come out here and get a great win. I thought that would have really kickstarted us a little bit. And now we got to dig down deep. We got a tough game on the road at Canisius, and then it doesn't get any easier. We got George Washington at our place, so it's a tough road ahead. But last year we lost in a similar way to Cleveland State, and then we ran off 4 straight. You got to learn and you got to keep moving. It's just a young group, so with them you got to make sure you keep them upbeat and positive. That's the big thing, because we have some talent. We're just a young team, but we have some talent, and I like our guys, and we're going to be okay.
Given that youth too, I got to imagine one thing you do take away is
when they got the lead after they had been behind for so much of the game, then you guys came right back and weren't deflated. Sometimes that happens when you got the lead and lose it.
Yeah. I thought our guys they're very confident. It's a really confident group. They expect to win, and that's just the way it's been at BU forever. When Coach Wolf was here, obviously Coach Chambers did a great job. They just expect to win, and they don't care who they're playing. When they saw our non-conference schedule, they thought we were going to run the table. I'm telling you, that's just the way they think. So, with this group of guys, I love their bravado. I love their swagger. But we just got to be committed to doing the things that we're talking about doing for 40 minutes. But in the first game of the season, very proud of the way we played. Very proud of our effort.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about Irving and Watson playing together, the two guys that are probably 5'9", but they might be two of the fastest guys in the country.
Yeah, we're pretty good in transition. I thought we did a good job rebounding. If we can rebound, we're going to be pretty good because we can run. I thought our pace was pretty good for a while. I thought in the second half we just had a hard time of getting into offense. Credit Northeastern, I thought they came out in the second half and played a little bit harder. I thought that caught us a little bit off guard, and then we weren't ready to kind of dig down deep, and then we just started following those guys. But those two guys together, I think, are going to be it's a very good combination. And obviously John Papali coming off the bench, and Travis does what he does, and Zach Tamor. It's a nice guard rotation.
How much in the first half you played Kerrs a little bit, you played Alston a little bit, the second half you went with Kennedy? Was that still just trying to figure out a rotation?
Right now we're going to throw three of those dudes in every game. I'm just rolling them in and roll those guys in around Dom. And they probably all will play minutes in every game. I don't know if one of them is ahead of another. I think some of them do some things better than the other, but I think overall they all deserve a chance at playing. And if anyone can kind of put themselves above one of those other two or three guys, then those guys will get the minutes. But right now it's just too hard to tell.